My name is Peter Neville. I'm Head of Percussion at the Conservatorium and also Chair of the New Music Studio. The New Music Studio is a group of like-minded staff who seek to advocate on behalf of all contemporary music activity within the university and curates and mounts a series of concerts and events throughout the year. The concert tonight was the first collaboration between the Early Music Studio and the New Music Studio. It came about as a result of discussion between the percussion and brass departments about putting together a concert that would feature old and new music, using new instruments in the old music, using old instruments in the new music, and to that mix we added the voices and some other instruments from the Early Music Studio. So it was about a dialogue between the music of different periods.
So the Early Music Studio was founded in the late 90s, and really with the idea of expanding the repertoire for music students. Juxtaposing old and new repertoire really kind of sheds new light on both. I think a program like that in any event confronts people, not in a negative way, but sort of asks questions. As soon as students get away from the sort of standard harmony that's developed in the 18th century, that musical language becomes quite challenging for them.
The students get enormous benefits in being exposed to all different sorts of music, a chance to work with colleagues that they might not usually have a chance to work with, and also they get a chance to premiere new pieces.
So the Shock of the Old concert was pretty much bringing together a different type of music that we don't usually play. So doing these kinds of things helps us become better musicians for the future, and it gives us the opportunity to be able to play different types of music.
A lot of the work we do here is based on orchestra and classical performances, and this was kind of way away from that. It was quite unconventional performance practices. I really liked that sense of there was no pressure as such.
A number of them hadn't really done contemporary music in the strictest sense of the word, so approaching a piece of Sculthorpe was, talk about shock of the old, shock of the new. Here I am giving them a piece to sing, but there's no singing involved. There's no text whatsoever, and in fact the singers have no singing to do. It's all about making sound as opposed to song. What's amazing though is when the piece is put together, you start to hear the sounds of the Australian bush.
Well, the last one was a lot of fun. It finished with a transcription actually of a Punjabi folk song from a Bollywood movie actually, and fast, furious, riotous sort of piece. So it was a really lovely, high energy way just to round out the concert. I'm interested to keep seeing what we can do in terms of taking the older instruments and commissioning composers to write new pieces for them, hopefully get some of the student composers on board. So I can see many more opportunities that we can take this a lot further.
As long as we can have this sort of spirit of collaboration where the various strands of the conservatorium can come together, it really gives the students a huge opportunity to experience, the widest range of what's possible.